Danfoss ET1187 is a portable, variable crimp machine that offers broad crimp capability, plus a newly designed ease of operation that is sure to please hose assemblers in the field. The machine utilizes existing FT1380 crimp tooling and is approved to crimp AeroQuip 1A and Weatherhead Z-Series fittings and applicable hoses in sizes 1/4 inch through 1 1/4 inch, AeroQuip Weatherhead 4S fittings, and applicable hoses in sizes 3/8 inch to 1 inch. The ET1187 was designed as a portable crimper that can be mounted to a workbench in the shop or wall-mounted in a service vehicle. The machine can be ordered with one of 4 different 10,000 psi power supplies, a 110-volt AC power unit, a 12-volt DC power unit, a hand pump, or an air hydraulic pump. This machine has a patented design, which allows for easy adjustment to AeroQuip and Weatherhead core products. It's as simple as turning the color-coded collar to match the ley line and the hose, then adjusting the crimp adjustment knob above the pusher so that the correct dash size associated with the color-coded dot aligns with the correct line size on the collar, and the machine is set for the correct crimp. Before operation of the machine, please review important safety, setup, and assembly instructions outlined in the ET1187 operating manual. Always follow the outlined process and product instructions to ensure a safe and properly crimped hose assembly. Observe Danfoss's fitting tolerances for all Danfoss hose and hose fittings. Do not use Danfoss hose fittings on hoses from other manufacturers. This video will explain the proper procedure for crimping a hose assembly. However, you should always read the operator's manual thoroughly before operating this or any other Danfoss crimp equipment. The operator's manual is the best source for information on the operation and maintenance of the ET1187 crimp machine. It covers safety instructions, specifications and accessories, setup and assembly and operation and maintenance. Before using the ET1187, it is imperative that you read the important safety instructions located in the operator's manual. During the crimp operation, always wear safety glasses and ensure your hands are at an adequate safety distance from the crimp tooling and clear of all moving parts at all times. Never let anyone operate the ET1187 that has not been properly trained or has not read the operator's manual. Never allow 2 or more people to operate the machine at the same time. Your new ET1187 crimp machine comes assembled for ease of setup. Before use, the machine base must be first secured to a stable work surface using screws or other suitable fasteners. Then place the assembled machine to the base and secure with the supplied quick-release ball detent pins. Next, remove the cap from the top of the hydraulic cylinder port. Then, apply a small amount of Acrolube lubricant to the O-ring on the supplied 690-degree O-ring boss fitting. Hand tighten the fitting, then rotate the fitting counterclockwise, not more than 1 full rotation until the fitting is pointed to the side or rear of the machine, away from the operator. Then, tighten the lock nut using 24 to 26 foot-pounds of assembly torque. Next, install the pump connecting hose assembly to the cylinder adapter with the 3/8 JIC fitting using 18 to 20 foot-pounds of assembly torque. Place the pump on the work surface to either side of the crimp machine. Install the supplied adapter to the pump pressure port. Note: male NPTF threads should be tightened following the hex marking procedure of 2 to 3 turns past hand tight. Note: Do not exceed an 8-inch minimum bend radius of the pump connecting hose when attaching the hose to the pump and cylinder. If using your own pump, make sure it has the requirements listed in the specifications section of the owner's manual. Prior to use, remove excess air from the hydraulic system. This can be accomplished by cycling the machine approximately 5 times. Operating instructions. The color-coded collar and crimp adjustment knob above the pusher are designed to easily adjust to the AeroQuip and Weatherhead core products to determine the crimp diameter for each combination of hose, fitting, and die cage. To establish crimp settings for core AeroQuip or Weatherhead product group, reference the crimp specification chart on the front of the crimp machine to determine proper crimp dies for the selected hose and fitting. In this application, we are using the AeroQuip GH781-8 hose, and we'll be using an FT1380-200-240 die cage per the chart. Note: always apply a thin coat of Acrolube lubricant to the die cage prior to installation. Then, rotate the hose product selection collar until the AeroQuip GH781 product group is facing the operator. Note that the product selection collar has detents at each position to help ensure product alignment with corresponding product groups. Now, rotate the crimp adjustment ring until the desired dash size is lined up with the corresponding dash size on the product selection collar. Note, the color-coded product selection collar and the color-coded hose dash sizes on the crimp adjustment ring correspond with the hose ley line color for each of the core hose products. Insert the hose assembly up through the bottom of the base ring and die cage. Locate the fitting to the correct position by direct sight. Make sure hands and all body parts maintain a safe distance from all moving parts. Begin crimping by actuating the pump. The crimp cycle is complete when the cylinder travel stops and the green indicator ring on the piston shows beneath the top plate. Press the retract button on the pump to retract the crimp head. After completion, measure the socket to verify the achieved crimp diameter. Here, the crimp measured 0.992 to 0.994 diameter, 25 thousandths larger than the required crimp specification. The machine crimp setting will need to be adjusted. Note: one full rotation of the crimp adjustment ring equals 25 thousandths. In this example, the crimp diameter is 25 thousandths too large, so, to correct the size, rotate the crimp adjustment ring clockwise one rotation. If the crimp was too small by 25 thousandths, you would rotate the crimp adjustment ring counterclockwise one rotation. Establishing crimp settings using the micrometer dial. The micrometer section on the color-coded collar can be used to crimp other products not captured on the 3 primary color-coded collar settings based on crimp target settings available in Power Source. The crimp adjustment knob above the pusher determines the target crimp diameter for each combination of hose, fitting, and die cage. The numbers on the color-coded collar and crimp adjustment knob are for selecting target settings and not crimp diameters. Settings between 000 and 400 can be achieved with this crimp machine. Consult the target settings chart in Power Source for the ET1187 crimp machine for the initial setting. There are 25 marks on the crimp adjustment knob, 0 to 24, and 16 marks on the barrel, 25 to 400, by 25 increments. When the crimp adjustment knob is rotated to where the knob is lined up with the 000 line on the collar and the 0 mark on the knob, the crimper target setting is set at 000. When the crimp adjustment knob is rotated to the topmost position on the crimper and the 0 mark on the knob, The crimper target setting is set at 400. Each complete upper rotation of the adjustment knob increases the target setting by 25. Each mark around the dial corresponds to a target setting change of 1. For example, to achieve a target setting of 50, the adjustment knob is rotated until the top of it corresponds to the 50 mark on the collar, and the 0 mark on the dial is lined up with the center vertical mark on the collar. One more full upper rotation of the crimp adjustment knob would result in a target setting of 75. If the desired target setting is 65, the dial would instead be rotated downward 15 marks on the dial, or approximately 2/3 of a turn, past the 50 target setting. Maintenance. The ET1187 is designed as a portable variable crimper that can be used in your shop or transported from job site to job site, or even used remotely in service vehicles. To ensure optimal performance, please follow all outlined maintenance procedures in the manual and in this video. Sliding surfaces must be kept free of dirt and other abrasive materials. After every 500 crimps, remove old grease from the crimp ring and re-lube with Acrolube lubricant. After every 2,000 crimps, remove old grease and inspect crimp ring for wear or damage. Re-lube if okay. All exposed zinc-coated surfaces should be coated occasionally with a light film of oil to prevent corrosion. Periodically check the oil level on the fluid reservoir of the hydraulic power unit. Maintain the oil level with manufacturer's recommended hydraulic oil as needed. Danfoss, the expert in fluid conveyance, is excited to add the ET1187 crimp machine to its line of portable crimpers. While being our most economical variable crimp machine to date, its broad crimp capacity, coupled with easy operation, is a winning combination to help ensure your success in the field. Crimp with confidence. Connect with Danfoss.